Sit. Hi. Good. So what we're doing here, if you notice, we have our slip leads tethered. I want to go over a couple things you can add to your training repertoire. We're improving on a few things here. Good. Just a quick note, if you notice what I did there, I did click when he was down, right? You want him to be in position when you click for the sit, but then when I went to pay, he stood up. I don't want him intaking food when he's in the improper position. So let's see if he does it again. We're clicking when he's sitting, but then I'm withdrawing if he lifts his butt up. I want him consuming the actual treat in the position that we're asking. Otherwise, we're kind of teaching that sit means contact with the ground for a second and then up, and it doesn't. We want to sit and hold. So just a quick note there, not what I was going to get into. Back to the tethers. He's doing fantastically with the tether. Obviously, we got a little bit more confidence in him already. We know that. That's just kind of how he is. And we got a little bit of insecurity over there. So the tether test, good man. The tether test, really right now, it's working both of these dogs differently. It's helping him keep his duration for place training, which is decent but needs improvement. And with text, this is actually a behavioral exercise. So I'd say this isn't a true tether test for Whiskey. This is more tethering to improve upon place duration. So it's more tethering for, It's more tethering for obedience improvement. Over here, we're tethering for behavioral improvement. So we'll go through the tether testing explanation first with Tex as he winces him. Good job. Did you see that self-soothe though? Did you see the little yawn? Yeah, that gets paid. So over here, we're paying for obedience. We're just fine-tuning the shaping of it. Over here, we're paying for behavioral improvements, self-soothing, things of that nature. So when we do tether testing, something that pretty much every trainer uses, it's mostly for puppies, and like these guys, and it's mostly for behavioral purposes, to increase their confidence, their independence, their problem solving to some degree, because they can kind of get themselves tangled like that and they got to get themselves out of it. It teaches them a lot of restraint and self-control because they have to be around us but know that there is this visible to us, semi-invisible to them, barrier that is restricting them from us. Now we're working behavior over here because you can't chew the tether. Get that out of his mouth and spin it around, get him focused on something good. How about a down? Yes, sir. Good man. Oh, that's my bad. That's my bad. Do not want to feed on the ground. Always feed on the place and always feed in position. Back to... There you go. Back to little big Tex over there. Tether testing is primarily for puppies, so they can kind of work through that puppy frustration. It's a great precursor for getting your dog ready for, like, good boy. So I'm paying him now for listening to the correction and actually the lead, by the way. It's to get good exercise to get them ready for, like, potentially taking the dog out to eat somewhere, to a patio, out to, an event with your friends. Something where he's going to have to be on, good, and pay in position. he's going to have to be tethered. Maybe that's just to you, but he's going to have to be at least restricted from whatever the excitement of the event is, and he's going to have to work through it, right? It's kind of a different way of improving upon the crate training. I would say crate training is a very beginner level expectation of our dogs. I'm letting him problem solve this one. I'm not giving a vocalization. I want him to solve the puzzle here, and it is D-O-W-N, but he'll get it. Trust me, going through this little stuff like this, having a little extra patience now, it's going to make your dog a champ later in life. It's worth it. Deal with the pawing, deal with him. Let him process it. They figure it out themselves instead of us like walking them through it. The benefits are a lot more long term. You just did it down. I think you know, but that's all right. You're puppy processing. We'll wait. It's like buffering, right? Trying a bunch of passwords. He can't remember his password. He's locked out. Licks, paws, not working. What are we gonna do? Look at the wrinkles of thought. What are we gonna do here? I know that's a good try. That's a good try. I'm hesitant to reward that because this isn't the cue for that. But I like that he's thinking obedience-wise, right? Instead of frustration-wise, just digging and nosing. Little pay for listening to the correction. Not the full pay, though, because I want this. You just did it, my man. I know you know it. I know you know it. Oh, you were so close. Let's try again. You got half of it. I want all of it. I want the full down. The full enchilada. Come on. Yes. Yes. I'm going to pay extra because I challenged him a little bit extra on that. He had to do a little extra thinking. Paying in position, paying pets, paying praise. I have the phone in my hand clearly, so I implemented a yes in position of a clicker. But anyway, yeah, I see a little sit. I'll take a sit. That's a start to calming ourselves down. I'm not paying in position for him. I realize that, like I just said, and I'm not being hypocritical. I just want him to get wins right now. We're kind of doing more intermediate stuff here, and we're focusing on just like general behavior. Good job. And hit that click from all the way across the room. Hit another click for that down. I saw that down. So I want him to figure out what gets not only himself calm, because positions like that, changing the body language like that, sitting, laying, those all are pathways to changing the brain and calming oneself down. Now you see, instead of the whining, he's going to sitting. He's getting a click for that. I'm going to toss some treats now so that he can just get used to the place. That's a little cool. I got you. Out of reach. What's up, Mr. Patience? Patience gets a big click, but I want it in a better position. Definitely not on two legs. Pay in position. How about a watch? Want to try it? Wait till he's done. Watch. Yes. Wait a few seconds on the click for that. That's a little bit longer duration. Now he's sitting instead of whining, almost down into a lay. If he goes in a full down, then I'm going to pay for that. In general, I like to do exercises like this because, well, one, you don't really know what you're going to get. He could have been crazy puppy, tethered for the first time in this exercise and started spinning around and going nuts and alligator rolling and who knows. It's not always easy to predict, so it's good to test these things so we know what we need to work on with our dogs. Don't need to work on much behaviorally with him in terms of confidence and restraint. He's just a little bit more confidence, but that's what we're here for. Good. Don't want him counter surfing So not going to encourage him jumping up on anything like that. 2 legs, bad. 2 paws, bad. 4 paws, good. Up. He wants to break place. I can kind of head that off, reposition. Watch. Throw chain 2 together. Pay in position. And Mr. McMahon's kind of stopped whining, right? So anything that I'm seeing for him that I'm clicking for, it's a little bit different than obedience expectations over there. This is more like the self-soothing types of things that I mentioned on walks. So when I see him yawn, when I see him, shake it off, when I see him sit like that, obviously down is even better, but you see him sit like that, that's great. Toss him a couple so we can kind of burn some energy and spin around and do what have you. But the most important thing, good man, is to not finish this exercise while they're in a chaotic state. So if they're in a state of that's still whining and pacing and I got to get out of here, maybe even barking, we're not going to finish the exercise. At least the point of neutrality. He's at a very clear point of comfortability. He's yawning, the ears are down, he's super relaxed. He's still shaky a bit, but we stopped the vocalizations. So I'll probably wait it a little bit longer. I'll wait it out a little longer with him. I'll probably finish up first here. But yeah, so tether testing, add it to your tool bag. It's incredibly effective for a multitude of things, behavioral and well, we got that reversed, behavioral and obedience. But after he gets through this behaviorally, we'll use it for obedience. It's just going to improve our place training. Place training without the tether is going to be closer for him than him, but still on the horizon for both. There's no reason not to have it as an expectation. Place training is another invaluable tool. So I like that we're holding the sit and not crying. I'm going to try for a pay in position though. So I'm going to click when the butt's down, but I'm not going to pay until the butt stays down. Good. And you're all finished, man. You're killing it. You're going to give me one more down for the fans? I'll try with the vocalization to help them a little bit. Down. As soon as that chest hits, I'm going to... Yes! Just waiting for the barrel of that chest to hit. I'm paying close to position. Not quite in position, but we'll still count that as a, shaping exercise because down is always the hardest. For pups especially. So excited to work and to train, and down is an incredibly, I don't want to say submissive, that word gets kind of misconstrued. It's an incredibly calm posture. Oh yeah, now we can finish. It's an incredibly calm position. So once they're in that down, right, they're working the brain down. He's so excited to train, it's difficult for him to go into the down. He's going in the down, he doesn't know it, but subconsciously to self-soothe. Obedience down over here, behavioral down over there. We're working it all at the same time. Rain has stopped. Having a good day. Let's take a break and go play. Good job. Good job.